Much thanks to you, a viral class from TI's Instagram Live has been producing huge consideration in the amusement world. What's getting individuals revenue isn't simply the presence of various big names in the video, in spite of the fact that there were to be sure numerous. Rather, the center has moved to an intoxicated Diddy, whose way of behaving during the live meeting has started conversations about his orientation direction. This occurrence has resuscitated the hypothesis encompassing Diddy's inclination, recommending that at whatever point he polishes off liquor, his way of behaving will, in general, show characteristically feminine qualities. So the thing was this video circumventing on the web about. Stay tuned as we dig into the subtleties. Obviously, before I spill anything, ensure first that you buy into our station and hit that notice ringer for additional updates and recordings. Like this currently, how about we make a plunge? Diddy has acquired a standing as an unmistakable figure in the Hollywood party scene, and numerous superstars host commended his unbelievable gatherings from the 90s. Given his relationship with being a party lover, it is sensible to expect that he might enjoy drinking routinely during such occasions. Thus, this predictable openness to liquor might actually make sense of why he in some cases displays conduct that brings up issues. It feels unusual to certain eyewitnesses. Quite significant individuals' ways of behaving can change affected by liquor, and people might articulate their thoughts contrastingly in group environments. In a new episode of Drink Champions, highlighting Diddy, nor remarkable, and Chanakis, a prominent episode happened where Diddy's inebriated conduct made different men in the room noticeably awkward. During the episode, Diddy transparently alluded to one of the people as daddy, and given him praises anyway. It created the impression that Diddy knew nothing about the uneasiness he was causing as the beneficiary of the consideration. Noticeably escaped this specific occurrence features a second where Diddy's intoxication apparently hindered his capacity to check expressive gestures and perceive the inconvenience he was deliberately causing. Music. We really do party for my birthday. Before you came to my point during the episode, Diddy participated in a discussion with Fab, communicating a conviction that they had never really celebrated together, regardless of Fab's statement that Diddy had gone to his birthday celebration. Did he stay resolved that they hadn't encountered a certified party experience together? This brought up issues about what sort of party did he explicitly want to have with Fab. It's vital to take note of that Drink Champions is a show revolved around drinking and genuine discussions anyway. Diddy's inebriated state appeared to fundamentally affect the episode, as he ceaselessly said and did things that were considered sketchy by watchers, and surprisingly made Fab awkward. This example further highlighted the impact of liquor on Diddy's way of behaving during the episode, possibly prompting a few disarray and varying view of past celebrating encounters. As the episode advanced, Diddy's consideration moved to another person who showed up less responsive to his energetic and rowdy way of behaving. In spite of the underlying hesitance, this individual actually taken part in discussion with Diddy in any event. Going along with him for a beverage, it was clear to everybody present on the set that Diddy was inebriated and having a good time. At last, the elements of the circumstance feature the transaction between liquor's effect on conduct and people's solace levels, which can shift from one individual to another, like this young lady, his child mom with you and your sweetheart, and your man's in them. And they'll go on, they do all sort during enacting interview. Quality made a surprising disclosure about an occurrence that happened in the mid-2000s. As per Quality, in the wake of partaking in a couple of beverages with Diddy, he went with the music magnate to an unpredictable bookshop. At the store, Diddy was given a sack for his embellishments and started choosing things that got his premium. In the midst of the humor and eccentricity of the circumstance, Quality couldn't avoid getting some information about the reason for the things he was purchasing. As opposed to giving a clear response, Diddy counter by finding out if the things could be utilized effectively. This unforeseen reaction further added to the interest in entertainment. Encompassing the discussion, watch the entryway, don't allow no one to come through here. And I said I washed the entryway, assuming I washed the entryway and him. And the man ran out stripped. And I said that ain't no one recounted to me that the story takes a considerably more silly go, as per quality subsequent to obtaining the toys. Diddy chose to bring them along to a show in North Carolina. The two proceeded with their champagne-filled celebration during the flight-making way for a significantly more shameful series of occasions after arriving at their objective. After showing up at the inn, Diddy communicated his craving to visit individual rapper Ja Rule in his confidential suite, notwithstanding quality's endeavors to prevent him from an unannounced visit. Regardless of the alerts, did he stay unfaltering in his assurance quality then. At that point, guaranteed that did he figure out how to get sufficiently close to Ja Rule's suite. And shockingly, the two men were separated from everyone else in the room. Together, the subtleties of what unfolded between them stay undisclosed, passing on the creative mind to guess about the idea of their experience. The end-collapsing accounts keeps on raising, adding an additional layer of interest to the story. This rapper and him, they all in the room together, is Sarah, the young lady Puff. And this fella, this rapper, so I'm here at the entryway. And stuff like that, like no doubt. So then before you know it, someone rang the doorbell. We had the official suite where we was at, so I opened the entryway. And other buddy said, "Yo, I'm hanging around for my cousin." I said, "Who your cousin?" And he said of Ja Rule. When Quality asked what the two men were doing in the suite, Ja Rule supposedly told Quality, "You would rather not go into the room. There's a ton of insane stuff happening in there." He additionally guaranteed an upheaval occurred in the house that made the two men leave their rooms with towels around themselves, well-fittings and towels, take a subtle approach with a ton, while bits of gossip about Diddy's inclination have been widespread throughout the years. Certain individuals have been more striking in their suspicion of it than most. Largeface 100, the more seasoned sibling of rapper. The Game is one of the few people who have asserted that Diddy is gay and was engaged with his more youthful kin. It's essential to take note of that. The Game and his more established sibling have had a stressed relationship for quite a long time, basically coming from monetary conflicts, making them head out in a different direction. During the Game's new appearance on Drink Champions, he furnished a report on his relationship with his sibling, expressing that they are as yet not cordial. Strangely, this appears to have impacted his sibling, as Bigface presented, and consequently erased on pictures on Instagram that suggested a more profound association between the Game and Diddy. Moreover, Bigface guaranteed that the Game's progress in the rap business was not exclusively founded on his road validity. These activities feature what is happening where a family fight energized by cash and popularity has prompted one sibling freely scrutinizing the other's respectability and accomplishment. While it is crippling to see kin in conflict with one another, value, considering enormous face, might have been paying special attention to his siblings' general benefits, regardless of whether his assertions were provocative. He proposed that the Game